Scott, your captain Parker McKay having best start offensively he's ever had to his college career. What's really stood out to you about what your leader's done the first month plus of the season here?
Well, I think he's been outstanding for us, not just in his production, but just his leadership. And then again, we knew that going into the year. We knew we had a good captain to go along with a lot of the other good ones we've had in the past. But real happy to see him get off to a good start offensively. He's been a catalyst for our team. And I think he's really been a part of one of our best lines that we've had since the start of the year.
Is there something you're seeing specifically from him out on the ice that's helping spark this offense, or is it just the guys he's playing with, Richie and Kepke?
No, I think that, you know what I mean, Parker works hard. He always has. You know what I mean? I think, if you look at his previous 3 years, it's been interrupted. Every year's been interrupted by something, and so we hope that doesn't happen. But just, again, confidence. He's a senior. He's played a lot of minutes for us. He's played, he's been in leadership roles before. But I think it's just that experience and the confidence level. And when guys get off to a good start offensively, it usually carries forward, especially guys like that. And but there's no question he's been a big part of. He's vocal on that line. The other two guys don't say a whole lot. Parker talks a lot, and I think it's been a real good mix. That line, real good chemistry. They all bring a little something different, but they have one common thing: they all work hard. And I've said that a number of times, and they've been a big reason, it's a big reason why they have success, and now they're starting to, play even better off each other, and so that's good for us. But he's certainly a catalyst for us.
You look like he'd be a big scorer for you last night. He got hurt twice, 2 different times he went out of the lineup.
Yeah, he's had some different things, I mean, it's sometimes those things happen, but To me, the points are a bonus because I think he brings a lot of other things. I think he epitomizes our team. He works hard, has a lot of character, and he doesn't take a shift off. And I think that's good to have in your captain, much like our captain last year, and probably every year before that too. So we've been pretty lucky to have that. And he's just another one of the good ones, kind of in that mix.
Well, all 3 of the guys on that line seem to lift each other up. I don't know if Richards would be playing as well if he wasn't with McKay. Who knows? Because he's played well too.
Yeah, but Richie's come back too. Similar, a year under his belt, confident. He's always strength, but he's quicker. And again, for him, getting that goal, getting some points early in the year. All those things build confidence offensively, and because he's not doing anything different than he didn't do last year, but I think he's doing it faster and with a lot more confidence.
The top line we talked on Saturday about the spark they gave you early in the game on Friday, the big shift that Krieger and them gave you before you got the first goal. They start producing for you a little bit on Saturday. How big of a weekend was this potentially for them?
Well, I hope it's real big because we certainly know they're capable of doing that, and they've shown bits and pieces, like I said before. But hopefully, that kind of weekend for all of them as a group, really again builds their confidence level, and because we need them. Like I said, we need all 4 lines. That's just how we're built, and maybe. It's not always about scoring, Bruce, but again, like you said, that shift gave us momentum, and kind of turned the game a little bit Friday night, and Saturday they were able to score some goals. But they're going to get their opportunities. They're on the power play. They're playing 5-on-5, but again, they're going against everybody's best line sometimes and top deep pairing. So sometimes as a coach you tend to forget about that stuff and not look at that, but. I was really pleased with how they played. Actually, I think, a little bit at Notre Dame too, but that was a good weekend for them, and hopefully that bodes well for us, because if they can get going, it's another threat.
As from your perspective as a coach, how difficult is it to defend a team and check a team that has 3-4 lines going the way that you have 3-4 that can't go?
Well, Denver does, so. They're built similar, You know, I thought Colorado College too. They're a deeper team. Teams in our league usually do have 4 lines, but you know, it makes it. It does make it difficult, and sometimes the matchups you want on paper don't always materialize, or sometimes you got to switch. But it's nice to have that. I mean, certainly, you know, if our 4th line gets caught against somebody, you know, especially it's going to happen on the road, I'm not too worried about it. But I think any of those lines could play against anybody, and more importantly, we've got a pretty good D-core. So when you have depth there too, it makes it a little bit easier as well. Because to me, those are really the matchups. I mean, sometimes it's more of the D, who the defensemen are on the ice versus who the forwards are. And so, you know, we've got a pretty good D-core too, and the last line of defense isn't bad either. So we feel pretty good about that.
You started the case line last game. Do you, in your terminology, do you call them first line, second line, third line, or
No.
do you call them the center's name? What do you call them?
I just
Red line, blue line?
I just tell them who's up. You know,
But how do you refer
you guys
to them?
all read into that. I can put them on paper, and it doesn't matter. You're gonna go, oh, that's the first line. That's just how
I
they
just
list
wonder
it.
though, when you're in the dressing room or talking, or you don't have any way of defining them or differentiating them?
Nope, I don't even look at it that way. Because I don't think we have necessarily a top line. I don't think we have a 4th line.
That's what I was getting at. So balanced.
I think we've had the same thing last year and probably previous years. So any line's capable of producing, and every line is capable of helping this team.
You've referenced luck with the penalty kill a few times. What do you need to see more of out of your killers so there's a little less of that involved and more just good work with the killers?
Well, I think we have some hesitation still. I mean, I think we've made some decisions when we should be aggressive that we're hesitant, and I think then we, like the goal Colorado got, where we had 1 aggressive and 2 aggressive, and next thing you know, it's a 2-on-1 at the net. So it's just decisions, making better decisions, and getting more comfortable with when and when not to be aggressive. I think we've gotten better at exit plays for sure, which is good. And you know, those are things within some of that's just communication. You know, part of that's communication within the group. But that's probably the biggest thing. And you know, I mean, I think anytime you're killing penalties, you're going to have a little bit of luck. I mean, whether it's them hitting a goalpost, you know, a crazy bounce, you know, that's all part of the game. But those things for me, just a little bit more in tune and just making a little bit better decisions on some of those plays.
What are you expecting the series to be like with Denver this weekend?
Pretty damn good. You know, they're a good team, and you know, you look at them on tape and they don't look any different than they have in the past. The names are a little bit different, but they play the same way. They come hard, they get after you, they're in zone forecheck, and the way they get above you and their stick pressure and back pressure, they kind of smother you when you have the puck, especially coming out of your zone. I told our guys today, if we don't come out of there clean or just make simple plays, or we're waiting and thinking about what play we have to make, we're going to be in our zone a long time. And conversely, offensively, for us, we're not going to have the space that we did last weekend. We're going to have to work hard to create that. They do a very good job down low of outnumbering, whether it's 2 versus 1 or 3 versus 2, and getting 5 guys into an area, so they make it very difficult to make plays, clean plays. So we've got to get certainly our feet moving, and we've got to have good support and kind of get pucks out of small areas if we can, and you know, hopefully we can do that a little bit like we did last weekend through good puck support and movement and activating our D and getting them involved and getting pucks low to high and also east to west. So you have to do that. I mean, otherwise, you know, they'll stop plays, and their transition game is really good. So just like ours, I mean, if we can stop plays in transition, we're pretty good in transition too. So I mean, very similar teams, but their style hasn't changed a whole lot under David, nor should it, because they've had a lot of success with the way they've played.
A couple players have cited that this is their favorite road series of the year. What do you think makes it so special?
Well, they like Denver, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, it's fun. I mean, I think, you know, we've played them a lot too. I mean, they're probably, you know, wanting to win a game. I know that. I mean, we haven't had a lot of success against them here, and we've had good games with them, but we always seem to come out on the wrong end of it. So hopefully that's why they're excited, so we can go in there and hopefully change that this weekend.
Scott, how many of you guys you plan to sign in the
Three.
period that begins here?
Three.
Three?
Right now. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a starting point, I guess, for
Yeah.
Shep, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We didn't see him at the end of practice. Bruce was concerned.
Yeah. Good. I'm glad. You'll see him. You'll see him tomorrow.
Hunter Miska made his NHL debut last night.
Yeah, I saw that. That's awesome. Yeah. What do you got? 18, 19 minutes, but good. It's another guy we can put up on the wall. I'm real happy for him. That's good stuff. I didn't know that until I was watching some other game and they brought it up. So it was good.